most of these you've already heard. I don't need to go in great detail. The facility is being operated safely. The licensee has made some gains toward improving performance. They have demonstrated a commitment to implementation of their integrated improvement plan. Also, as a result of this inspection, we're closing the two long-standing substantive cross-cutting issues. The one substantive cross-cutting issue involves a the cross-cutting aspect of resources. Let me see. Nope, I got the wrong one here. One of them's both of them are in the problem identification and resolution corrective action program. One involves the timeliness of corrective actions, and the other one involves adequacy of corrective actions, that their actions actually result in achieving long-term corrections. So we did inspect those, and we are going to close them as a result of this inspection. One of the things that we required in the end-of-cycle assessment is that the licensee perform a third-party safety culture assessment as part of these substantive cross-cutting issues. And in fact, the licensee did do that. I made reference to that earlier. We did review their third-party safety culture assessment, both as it relates to the substantive cross-cutting issues and also overall as it relates to our overall assessment of safety culture at the station. Each of the four areas that were identified by the team warning additional integrated improvement plan actions. As I stated, these are actual revisions that were warranted as part of their integrated improvement plan, where the licensee promptly addressed each of these, the inspection concerns that were identified, and developed action plans during the inspection effort to address the team concerns. These plans were reviewed by the inspectors for adequacy and determined them to be acceptable. Implementation of these actions were not verified by the inspection team during this inspection, and I'll close or refer to that in a little bit and explain that. TVA needs to continue to improve its standards in worker performance, and I previously discussed that. So what happens next? Two things. The licensee is taking actions to address the inspection identified issues. They've entered all the issues into their corrective action program, and as I've stated, they're modifying their integrated improvement plan as it's appropriate. The NRC, outstanding regulatory actions that need to be accomplished. We need to issue our inspection report. We plan on issuing that inspection report sometime in August. As part of the continuing 95003 effort, as well as the licensee's improvement process, some of the things, as I said, these action plans that the licensee developed during the inspection, those are new actions. We haven't seen those implemented, and so we can't verify whether they're adequate and they're going to be successful. So one of the tools that the Nuclear Regulatory Commission uses in situations like this is something called a confirmatory action letter, where as part of a commitment from the licensee, they will continue to implement these corrective actions that, like I said, we haven't seen them yet, these action plans. So we will come back, and when the licensee has established the plans, established the actions, we'll come back and actually follow up and inspect on those. and verify that that's being accomplished. Period of time, continue to monitor and evaluate the integrated improvement plan performance trends. Together, using the confirmatory action letter, our follow-up inspections, and our continued monitoring performance trends, that information the NRC will use to perform an assessment of performance for the Browns Ferry Unit 1 plant, and as part of the reactor oversight process, as a result of the result of that information, that's how we will determine whether or not we will remove Unit 1 from column 4 of the agency action matrix. So to be clear, as a result of this exit meeting, we're not doing anything with Unit 1's position on the agency action matrix. Will continue until it will continue to be in column 4 until we perform an actual reactor oversight process assessment of performance. And with that, that ends the exit for the 95003 inspection. And I wanted to give an opportunity for TBA to make any comments that they have.
Inspection has been the most important inspection ever conducted at a TBA nuclear facility. The inspection has been very thorough and appropriately intrusive. We appreciate the team's observations that were mentioned here today, and that the fact that Browns Ferry is being operated safely and that the safety performance at the site is improving, acknowledged here, does match our conclusions and where we're headed. We do have more work to do, as outlined in the CAL, that will eventually work together to articulate these final areas of improvement as additions to our integrated improvement plan. The team's findings and observations will be used and put into our corrective action and part of the IIP. This whole leadership team will be tracking those items as diligently as we've been over the last couple of years as we've been moving forward in our performance. And finally, I'd like to commend the team for the thoroughness and the professionalism. I know that although this is your job as regulators, this was an extraordinary activity for the NRC to do. All the individuals that had to come from other regions and all your dedicated time, Gene, pulling you away from your normal job. It's been appreciative, and we think it's been handled very well on your part, and we appreciate the conclusions, and we believe they're to be accurate and consistent with where we think we're at as well. So, thank you.
Okay, President. President, thank you for that. For the folks on the phone, this is Victor McCready, Regional Administrator for Region 2. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, come back at 10 after 3, and have a question and answer for members of the public who are here, as well as any of you on the phone who would like to ask questions. Excuse me, 10 after 2 Central Time, Central Daylight Time. Thank you.